We are going to create a protection army for our country by SBI General. SBI being omnipresent all over India, we have that opportunity to reach to the last mile. Still, we have a long way to go. In claim settlement, the IRDA says that all cashless claim should be settled in 1 hour. Our settlement time is 19 minutes.
Right, the insurance penetration is in mid-teens in India compared to significantly higher number elsewhere in developed economy. With SBI's power of reach and under-penetration in insurance economy, it was a no-brainer for us to kind of like join hands.
Welcome to the third episode of the series. I'm Seethalakshmi Narayanan, your host. In today's conversation, we explore how SBI General Insurance is transforming decades of trust built by SBI Bank into insurance solutions that cater to modern India. Central to the story is a meaningful partnership with Premji Invest. I'm thrilled to be joined by two exceptional leaders, Naveen Chandra Jha, MD and CEO of SBI General Insurance, and Saravanan Natanmai, partner at Premji Invest. Welcome, Mr. Jha and Saravanan. It's a pleasure to have you here on this podcast. Leading an insurance company born from SBI Bank's heritage comes with immense privilege and an enormous responsibility. In today's fast-changing, evolving insurance landscape, how do you balance preserving the heritage while ensuring the insurance products of SBI General Insurance remain relevant and useful for both long-standing as well as emerging customers?
SBI has been a legacy and more than 218 years old bank. But we always say that 218 years young. We always reinvent ourselves. We should be the best in the class. So similar legacy, similar values, we have started SBI General also 16 years back. We are going to create the similar kind of legacy where this insurance company can remain for hundreds of years with the same values, the customer first, technology, digital, how to make sure that all the stakeholders are taken care. So I think very, very important industry. The general insurance industry is as much important as banking, where we have to create, we have to give the protection to each and everybody. So we think that we are, as the financial army, we always say that SBI is the proxy to Indian economy. We can say that yes, we are going to create a protection army for our country by SBI General. So our values are same. Similarly, we think that service, the transparency, the ethics, sustainability, politeness, all these things should be imbibed in our values also in SBI General, and we should make sure that this should be the best insurance company for customers and also best insurance company for our staff members, our employees. At the same time, creating value for our stakeholders.
Very well put together, Mr. Jha. Building on your reflections about balancing heritage and relevance, you have come from SBI, you've worked in SBI for almost 3 decades, and your leadership style combines deep operational expertise with profound focus on customer and people. How does this personally motivate you, and how are you channeling this to craft SBI General Insurance future?
Completely new industry for me. I can say more than 3 decades of banking experience. But I believe in any service organization, always the most important remain the people. Persons whom you are working with and the persons for whom we are working with, because without customers there is no existence of any service industry. So I believe from the very beginning how SBI has created all of us, I can say that it is always that how much importance customer has and how much importance a team creates. Unless until you create a team which can take care of any kind of challenge, if you have created a team, it is half work done. Then you have to just see that you are in the right direction, right steps you are taking. Focus on the people and make sure that whatever guidance and whatever direction you get from your board or your regulators, they should be not only followed in principle but also in letter and spirit.
Saravanan, shifting gears to you. When Premji Invest first evaluated SBI General Insurance, what qualities make the opportunity stand out amidst India's competitive insurance landscape, and how significant was SBI's heritage in your decision to come on board?
It's a very, very compelling journey that we have had since our partnership started in a small way in 2018, we taking about 2.5% shareholding. There was an opportunity for us to substantially increase the shareholding when SBI gave the opportunity for private participants to join the journey and scale up the general insurance business. in that time, right, everyone kind of like knows, and our thought process around doing these discussions is about institution building, right? There cannot be a better example of institution building in India than SBI. The way Mr. Jha just kind of like articulated on how people kind of like grow and people at the center of the business model, and how balanced stakeholder management in terms of both customers, the actual shareholders and employees, right? So balancing that different building blocks for a great company and delivering the outcome is a art, and SBI has perfected that art, right? It was a clear decision for us to kind of like partner. The partnership kind of like started in a bigger way in 2020 when we kind of like took up about 18% stake, right? So if you look at it, SBI is present in 50% of the households in India, right? And probably 40% of the population, 30-40% of the population is touched by SBI in kind of like different form. 1% of GDP is what actually goes towards the insurance premium in India, right? The insurance penetration is in mid-teens in India compared to significantly higher number elsewhere in developed economy. With SBI's power of reach and under-penetration in insurance economy, it was a no-brainer for us to kind of like join hands and journey of balanced growth and profitability focused platform like this. And that's when the journey started. 5 years into this, the conviction level has kind of like only increased as we are kind of like increasingly doing more and more fantastic things using technology to drive insurance efficiency and wherever possible work together to see how we can do more sustainable growth with the group.
SBI has been at the helm of increasing banking penetration in India, trying to get your attention in terms of working with a brand like SBI General Insurance, which is nationally respected, brings both enormous weight and responsibility, at the same time an opportunity to reinvent. If you could help our viewers with instances how you have worked with SBI General Insurance, partnered with them in terms of driving both innovation and growth, at the same time preserving what makes SBI GI truly distinctive and unique.
So I think SBI is a juggernaut, right? So if it kind of like flows, it can kind of like take any market or any sort of a right to win in any sort of a product, right? So I think there are certain kind of like tweaks and evolution that SBI has done on its own, right? Be it when the whole the new age population evolved, bank rediscovered itself in the form of and reached out to the mass segment, right? As an investor, right, we kind of like see some of these opportunities in our portfolio companies, right? So whether it is on the lending space or on the insurance space, the biggest theme that we look for as a fund is how technology can play a big role in reducing friction and taking the financial services product to the last mile, right? SBI is present from the Colaba branch to the last mile, probably one can imagine in India, right? And how we can work with them and figure out a way of using technology across the board, right? So again, given the heritage with which our fund comes in and all the interesting technology investments that we have done from financial services to consumer, both in India and the US, we try to get some of these interesting innovation opportunities, sit with the team and see what can judiciously be used to whether increasing sales productivity or increasing underwriting efficiencies or claims experience. So those are some of the areas we sit and transparently discuss and see if that can kind of like further consolidate our position in the market. And SBI is one institution which having spent a couple of decades in the industry that has been super receptive in terms of potential opportunities. I have not seen, we have discussed with Mr. Jha many times, right? Not single opportunity is left untouched, right? Any idea that comes in, we should thoroughly evaluate it and see how we can use it to our best benefit, and then judiciously employ it to real-time application and see if that kind of like helps the company achieve either a better growth or efficient way of operating or enhance the customer experience, right? There is always that receptiveness to ideas and openness to kind of like implement and build something differentiated and interesting, and that has been a one standout thing I would want to indicate in all these 7 years of partnership.
Mr. Jha, in the last 2.5 years, including a very strong first half of fiscal 26, SBI GI has undeniably set a strong foundation. Company has steadily outpaced industry growth, has been gaining market share, and has recorded double-digit growth in profitability. What are the key drivers behind this steady, strong performance that SBI GI has been demonstrating?
Where we have a 52 crore customer in SBI,
Sure.
and also SBI being omnipresent all over India. So we have that opportunity to reach to the last mile, which is no other insurance company has. Still, we have a long way to go. I think only 0.23% of our SBI customers have been covered with health insurance. Another area is that whatever is providing us business, like corporate, again I can say that in corporate business, SBI has having a market share of 25%. Whereas in fire, our market share is 5.5%.
Yeah.
So again, huge opportunities there. Agency channel, you in the SBI brand has so much power. Anybody going and asking that I am from SBI General, that person will be much more acceptable than any person with any brand. It's one of the most powerful brand in India.
Sure.
So with that brand strength, we have put a lot of focus in our agency also. I think this year only we have made 5,100 new agents. And our growth in agency channel in our 2.5 years, what you are saying, is more than 30% YOY growth we have shown. Similarly, OEM, which is another very important channel. State Bank of India has financed more than 60% dealers all over India. So how can that business, we can remain
True,
just another player. So we have focused there, and again we have grown more than 30% in the last 2-3 years. And we have gone to each and every OEM and made sure that we should get our share. Right now our market share in motor is only 5%. So again huge, still long way to go which we can do there. You look at the crop, again in agriculture segment, SBI has a name. Anybody you go to any government, state government or central government, they always recognize SBI as the best of the best. So again opportunity is there.
Sure.
We have a 10% market share. We hope to move further up into that area. So there is no area where we cannot grow in a much better way. So we understood our strength in last, and we have made sure that potential should be captured. Right now in this year only, we have gained market share by 41 basis point in motor, 45 basis point in health, 130 basis point in PA. Whatever you say, everywhere we have gained market share. And overall market share of 40 basis point we have gained in YOY basis. And we are 100% sure that we need to do business in each and every area without compromising with the quality, without compromising with the customer experience. In claim settlement, the IRDA says that all cashless claim should be settled in 1 hour. We are in the last month, our settlement time is 19 minutes.
I think I can only think of 3 words that just summarizes what you said. Trust, vision and execution has been seeming to be the focus of SBI GI. SBI GI has borrowed the trust from SBI Bank, and why not to explore it to the fullest potential. I think you briefly alluded to it, Mr. Jha. More often than not, growth comes with profitability challenges or general other challenges. How are you balancing ambition for growth with prudent risk management to chart a sustainable one? You briefly alluded to the loss ratios having come down in the last 1.5 years of the run that you have been with SBI GI. What is it that we are doing for this to sustainably get in this line?
So it comes naturally to us that if we are talking about any business, we first see that whether it is worth doing or not. Again, in the industry, we are known for our underwriting standards, and we give free hand to our underwriters. We say that the business has to be driven by underwriters. They have to make sure that business growth should happen. At the same time, whatever their main guidance or principles are there, we follow it. There are some of the business segments which are, who are more profitable. There are some of the business segments who are less profitable. So we make balance between these two. We make sure that as much we are growing into the less profitable business, we should grow better in the higher profitable venture. And this journey is continued. We are very keen that we should keep on growing our top line without compromising with our bottom line, and without compromising with our customer experience, and also without compromising with our employees' happiness.
Absolutely.
All these things should be together.
In a more recent development, Premji Invest and SBI Group has reaffirmed their strong belief in SBI GI and has taken a significant stake from Warburg. From Premji Invest perspective, SBI General Insurance is the largest and most strategic investment with over 4,500 crores of invested capital. What are the key drivers behind your strong conviction in SBI General Insurance long-term growth potential, and how do you plan to leverage this momentum as you lead into the IPO process?
The first investment that we made, the drive and the excitement is kind of like continuing even today. You would remember we were kind of like not in that kind of a top rank in terms of the scale. From there to every year showing the market share gain, and today we'll kind of like in top 5 and probably we'll be in top 3 pretty soon. While doing all these things, our loss ratios have kind of like shown steady decreasing momentum. That is something tells about how the engine has started kind of like firing. In our mind, the conviction that we kind of like built has only grown 2x from the time we came in. That is one of the reasons even after 7 years of investment, we decided to join hands with SBI and buy the entire stake of Warburg, who also came along with us and have been a great partner in the last 5 years. But we thought of buying the shareholding from them and right on to the IPO journey. Right, clearly in our mind, the opportunity that lies ahead is definitely very attractive. With this kind of a trajectory of growing 1.5 to 2x of a market and showing steady loss ratio reduction trend, I think it is. I think the sky is the limit. Right, that conviction was kind of like very clearly evident in how our journey has kind of like evolved over the last 7 years, and it is likely to kind of like get even more stronger over the next couple of years. So.
Mr. Jha, building on the investor confidence and the outstanding performance SBI General Insurance has had, when do you plan to go public? And what are the key milestones that you have set so that when SBI General Insurance hits the IPO market, it not just meets the investor expectations but exceeds investor expectations?
We will make sure in the coming time, maybe another 1 year or 1.5 years, that whenever we are coming with IPO, it should be one of the best. We have to create that momentum. Right now, we are growing at 45% in retail health, 48% in personal accident insurance, 44% in commercial fire. In motor, we are growing at 17%. The market is growing at 8%. Loss ratio is improving. NPS, we are going good. Claim experience, we are going to make it number 1. Renewal experience, we make sure that in the next 6 months, we should give the best kind of renewal experience to our customer. Endorsement and issuance, we are going to create a company which is going to be best in class. That is our role to that. Momentum has to be built and that has to be created. We created many new products in last 1 year, which has been a thorough successful. But whenever we are going to be doing it with SBI and Premji Invest taking a decision, what is the right time to go for public, this is going to be one of the most exciting IPO in the market that I can share.
So we are in a great position, right, at a current scale, current profitability, and the kind of trends that we are showing on loss ratio. We are well positioned to do the IPO. It's just a question of when. That is something which we'll kind of like think and decide.
Could you share what makes this partnership truly unique and distinctive and differentiated? And how has Premji Invest's involvement helped SBI General Insurance in terms of its growth and innovation and differentiate itself in this industry?
SBI's annual spend of IT, it is more than 10,000 crore. Also the experience all across industry, not only in India, globally also.
Right.
So the Premji Invest always come out with the best practices, what is prevalent in, not only in GI industry, out of GI industry also. So it gives a very good perspective as SBI General, our team or our top management. As MD CEO, I am getting lot of input, which maybe as company obviously we are getting it, but from the Premji Invest also we get lot of independent things done. A lot of new ideas comes from them, lot of new collaboration also we are getting through Premji Invest, and I think this is the best kind of collaboration. It is the best I think partnership with SBI and Premji Invest. Being a partner who is also not knowing much into insurance like SBI, we both are learning a lot of things. And we are creating one insurance company which is really going to think in a different way, not what everybody thinks. So that is the best part of this partnership, that both of us, Premji Invest and SBI, both these promoters are not exactly from insurance, but both of them are willing to learn and make sure that this company should be best in class.
Right, that willingness to learn and despite the scale and other things that are happening and keep on continuously reinventing is what has defined SBI. It just made our job easy as a partner to sit and ideate together and do many interesting things also.
It's nothing, as you said, it's nothing that SBI General Insurance can't do by itself, but having a thinking partner like Premji Invest truly helps in terms of having clarity in terms of way ahead. Sarvan, building on to that, I would love to hear about a time when the partnership was truly put to test, how trust and collaboration helped navigate a critical moment. If you could give us a sneak peek into the boardroom conversations.
But there are like many interesting conversations that has happened between both group on several kind of situations from COVID to post-COVID situation to technology. But if you were to pick one interesting pivot, we all knew that motor is a very, very compelling segment to be in and establish the market position, but it requires humongous investment in distribution and channel to kind of like capture that. Historically, we have largely been doing reinsurance inward for building the motor book. Right about 2 years back, the call was kind of like taken that we should invest, and we should invest in our own channel and build our own book. Right from then to after Mr. Jha came and pressing the accelerator pedal and going using all the channels and the network of SBI to go and win the market. That hunger has taken us, if I'm not wrong, about 6% market share in the motor space, and probably ranked among number 5 or number 6 in both TP and OD. Right, that scale tells you something. Right, you didn't have anything 2 years back. You built everything from scratch and became a number 5 or number 6 player in a so-called competitive segment in motor. Is kind of like
while
telling
ensuring profitability, which is no small feat.
Exactly, and the loss ratios are all kind of like amazingly kind of like steadily dropping. Right, so I think that tells you something about the power of scale that SBI brings in, and it is just demonstrated in one of the compelling product opportunity that is available in the GI space. So that's that call to do or not, because it involves cost. Right, it involves kind of like a duration and scale journey, right, and that was collectively discussed, and we decided that let's go for it, and if we are doing it, we have to do it in all hog and not half-heartedly buying books from someone else, and that has kind of like paid off very well retrospectively looking at today. And the same thing now we are kind of like doing in the retail health, right, because that is a very compelling opportunity that is available, and in many of the conversations that Mr. Jha and I have had, the kind of network that SBI has, if we kind of like even track a fraction of that, like 0.23% is what our penetration in the health amongst our customers itself, it can drive humongous scales in the retail health, and profitability of retail health product everyone knows. So I think it will be another interesting feather to add to our cap.
Of retail health is 58%.
Yes.
Technology is reshaping industries in an unprecedented pace, presenting both exciting opportunities and complex challenges. As one of the largest and established player in the insurance sector, how is SBI General Insurance thoughtfully leveraging emerging technologies like Gen AI?
We came out with Simba, which is the front onboarding portal app, and from the day when we used to do everything manual, now it is time 95% of our onboarding is done through Simba. 100% digital company we have become. And also we completely migrated from earlier core to the new TCS Banca core. And now right now most of our business, retail, health or motor, and it is done through the TCS banks. Now we are moving towards Gen AI. Gen AI is, I think insurance industry is the second largest industry which have adopted AI. So a lot of used cases are here into insurance sector. We are doing a lot of things, maybe related to claims, maybe related to underwriting, even into the sales, the contact center, lot of areas where we are not fully, but we have started using AI. We are also using the analytics. We are using the predictive models, because a lot of changes are happening into the insurance sector, how the losses are happening. So we cannot just go for the 25 years old data.
Sure.
We have to make sure that it should be more predictive. It should be more dynamic data kind of thing. A lot of data, I think data science is being used in how we are doing our underwriting. In the claims, we are making sure that it should be fast. At the same time, we should take care of the frauds. Any kind of fraud that should be detected. There we are using AI. So a lot of things are there, but it is, I think, in the work in progress with the help of and the guidance of our technological committee. We are entering into many of the areas, and it is not just for the sake of saying that we are doing Gen AI. We are making sure that it should improve our productivity, it should improve our customer experience and overall profitability of the company.
As Premji Invest partner closely with technology first firms both in India and US, from your vantage point as an investor, how do you see digital innovation strengthening SBI General Insurance heritage and driving transformation rather than disrupting it?
So I think using technology to reduce, as I mentioned, friction in delivering financial services to the last mile has been very close to Premji Invest heart. Right? Not only in financial services, even on the consumer side, whether our investments that we have done in Lenskart or early during First Cry and other companies in the consumer space, as well as in the financial services with Policy Bazaar, now in Credit B and some other technology first wealth management firms like Deserve. Theme is same, right? How do we use technology effectively to deliver the last mile financial services solutions? That is when we started doing many pilot projects both within Premji Invest as well as with portfolio companies of ours. And I was again truly, I must say, about 3-4 board meetings before today, that the whole idea of using GenAI came up. And with like unanimously the entire technology committee said like we should take this up and let us identify the project, let us see what it can do to our origination, productivity, underwriting, or claims experience. And already projects, as Mr. Jha mentioned, are kind of like running in. At the end of the day, proof of the pudding is in the eating, right? All these projects should translate into superior financial metric and superior customer experience, right? If that kind of like is achieved with these projects, then probably we have done achieved the objective with which we kind of like started all this. Truly, the opportunity that lies ahead are very exciting, and it can probably increase the penetration of insurance also in the country in a more cost-effective manner.
Thanks, Mr. Jha and Sarvan, for a candid conversation.
Thank you very much.